Hello, everybody. So I am super excited to be talking about taxes. And oops, that is not the main screen. There we go. So in this one, let's talk about taxes. And I am the perfect person to ask because I have owned my tutoring business since I was 19. I started actually claiming things for taxes, not right away because I was not making enough money. So they actually say that there's no point, or I shouldn't say there's no point, but there's kind of not, but there's no point in I guess claiming taxes unless you're making about $3,000 in 1 year. But obviously, you're hoping to make more than that because you are with an amazing company, right? But when I was tutoring first, I was probably making like $1,000 a year and that's it. But then when I became serious and I started making like 5,000 a month, I thought, okay, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't start claiming my taxes, which means I have to pay more taxes, but I can claim a lot of things, which is awesome. So certain things in this type of business, which is nice, you are able to claim as a tax credit. So it's not something that you can write off right away, but come tax time, that is when all of your sort of receipts and paperwork can get written off, but you have to know how to do it properly. Now, I actually hired an accountant about 3 years ago, and that has helped me so much. So if you're looking into making some serious money, you should honestly do the same thing because he says things to me like, Andrea, you could have claimed a lot more expenses. Like, is there anything that you had bought for your office that you didn't think to put it down in your Excel spreadsheet? Because you can actually claim a lot more. And then I'll say, oh, well, I bought a new lamp for my office. Can I claim that? He'll say, yes. I'll say, oh, I bought a new computer monitor. Can I claim that? He'll say, yes. So like they can help you out so much. But let's just keep it simple for now. So for all of you, you may not know this, but think about, everything you use for your unique business, such as, so let's say you had to buy a new laptop, you had to buy a new cell phone. I mean, you might have not have to have those things, but you wanted a new one, so you bought a new one. That is a business expense, you guys, which is awesome, right? So think of anything that you would use. If you ever ship anything out, your shipping costs, your stamps, your envelopes, that is all a business expense. What else? I'm just sort of looking around my office right now. If you had to buy papers, if you had to buy a new printer, if you had to buy some new file folders, if you had to buy an agenda or two, if you had to buy markers or pens or pencils, that is all considered a business expense, okay? Also think if you had to buy a new, like I said, a new laptop, a new computer, a new desk, a new mouse, a new computer chair, anything that is considered a business expense. Somebody on my team had asked me a question, last week, I think, and they had said, like, I just bought a very expensive webcam so I could start teaching people on YouTube how to apply makeup. I said, that's awesome. That webcam is a business expense. She goes, it is? I go, yeah, so save everything because it is a business expense. She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Anytime you say meet a new customer, to talk about makeup, to talk about skincare. Let's say you are hosting a party at someone's house. If you buy anything for that party, say you bought some snacks, let's say you had to buy gas, let's say you bought some products as testers, that's all considered a business expense, which is awesome, right? So this is like awesome. This is a lot of fun, but you have to know what you're able to claim and what you're not. Now, I left here, it says mortgage. You can only claim a portion of your mortgage if you have a set spot in your home that you use as your home office. So this is where it does help to have an accountant, because for my accountant, what I did is I told him that like we have a 4-bedroom home. And I said, well, one of them is used as my office. And he said he needs to see the floor plan of the house. He needs to have the measurements of the actual room that I use my home office. So I was like, oh my God, it's a good thing that we bought our house like not too long ago, because otherwise I would not have known what the measurements are, right? So you can only claim a portion of your mortgage if there is a set space in your home. But you guys, if you think about it, you could easily say your living room is your set space for you to make your phone calls, use your webcam, use your laptop. That's entirely possible. But again, you have to have you don't have to have an accountant, but I don't know how to put a portion of the mortgage on your taxes. Like that's just sort of what I let my accountant do. So I can't help you with that part, but I do know that a portion can be used as long as you say this part of my like living room or my kitchen is what I use for my home office. Same thing with your cell phone, okay? You can claim your cell phone. And I should say too, I will add it here, you can claim your internet also, which is huge because I don't know about all of you, but for our cell phones and internet, it's about $300 a month. We also have though a security system attached to that though. So we have like the whole 9 yards, right? But for your cell phone though, like if you're sharing the plan with someone else, you can only claim your part of the cell phone. So keep that in mind. Like I know for me, like I share my plan with Tom. I pay about $56 a month for my cell phone and the internet and everything on my cell phone. So I can only claim that part of it. The internet, yep, I can claim that. The security system we have for our home, I am able to claim that also, which is awesome. Just trying to think what else having to do with cell phone. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But you know, who knew? Your cell phone you use anyway, so why not put it on your taxes? And this one always shocks people. So you can claim, I call it my uniform, because when I'm meeting, say, a new customer, if I'm hosting a party, how I see it is I do have to look nice. So I have to buy a uniform, right? Like I don't have to, but I want to look nice. So I write off not every single a clothing item that I buy, because that would probably look a little bit suspicious because I buy a lot of clothes, but I probably write off at least half, because why not? And trust me, my accountant, he would let me know, because like he said, he has said a couple times like, okay, you're writing off too much. So this we will not, but in this category, you're not writing off enough. So let's do a little more in this one. So he always likes to help me out, which is awesome. But think about it, you guys. Let's say you bought a nice new shirt, write it off. If you bought a pair of shoes, you guys, write it off, because why not? Even I bought a Coach purse about a month ago, and it's large enough to be my laptop case, which it's not, but that's what I said. So I think my Coach laptop case was about $300, but that is a business expense because I need my laptop to meet new customers. If I'm hosting a party at somebody else's house, I like to bring my laptop. So that Coach purse is a write-off. How awesome is that? Like, wow. And meals. So if you say meet a customer at Tim Hortons, you know what? That's a tax write-off. I believe my accountant said that the write-off is about half of everything you eat. But why not, you guys? Like, it is a tax write-off. Like, I'm not saying write off everything because you have to be honest. Like, if you're simply eating out with your significant other, I mean, that's not a tax write-off. But if you're actually like meeting a customer, if you're purchasing food to host a party, you know, something like that. But yeah, so keep in mind, you do have to be honest. Even let's say you had to go to a coffee shop because your internet stopped working or something, right? Your meal there is a tax write-off, but you have to make a note of for anytime you're writing off meals, you have to make a note of the customer, so first name and last name of who you saw and what you talked about. So let's say you went to Tim Hortons and you each bought a coffee and a sandwich, you know. Let's say, I'm not sure how much that would be actually because I don't go to Tim Hortons. So let's just hypothetically say that's $20 a person. It's probably not that much, but anyways. So let's say it's $20 a person. Save that receipt and on the back say that you saw, let's say you saw John Smith, you know, you have to make a note of the first name, the last name, and then what you talked about. So let's say you talked about all natural skincare and you were showing, you know, him, so I guess her, how it works. You know, always make a note of what you talked about. And that's it. That's what I do for everything. It's awesome. If you're using your car, so for gas, you do have to write off. So on the back of that as well, you have to make a note of who you saw, the kilometers you used, and what you talked about. So kind of the same thing. So for these two, you do have to always say that. So who you talked to and what you talked about. And I believe that's it. I'm just trying to think of my taxes right now. Yeah, that's all I did for that, but easy. So obviously though, you do have to be organized. If you're not organized, then things can be a big mess. And like, I always have the nicest of intentions, honestly, but I'm not always the most organized person either. But now that I'm doing a little bit of everything, I have to be organized. So I'm a lot more organized than I ever have been. But it does help to be organized if you guys need help. In fact, I'll probably do a video on the weekend or something about how I stay organized, because I put everything into a category. I have like 3 different categories, I believe, and this was actually a template that my accountant sent me saying like this is the easiest way to stay organized, because if it makes his job easier, then you know he's happy, and if I can stay organized, then I'm happy. So I will probably do another video about that also, but it's also April, so we don't need to be doing a video yet, maybe because you're not thinking about taxes, I'm sure, but at the same time, it's a good idea to be organized. So I will probably do a video, maybe not this weekend because there's a lot of stuff planned, but I'll try to do a video next week at the latest, okay? So I do hope that that helped, because things are easy. It's just you have to know how to stay organized. So as always, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you all in the next video. So see you guys very, very soon.